get started here, I've already primed my face. I washed it. I put my moisturizer on. We live in Arizona, so SPF is a big thing here. And then I'm going to put my primer on. So I have this one. This is the Cover FX. And the next product I like to put on is Smashbox. It's the Minimizes Pore Photo Finish. They have a couple of these, and this tends to be my favorite. I like to use the M.A.C Studio Fix. I'm using a wet sponge, and I'm just gonna dab it in all over my face. This really helps it get into your pores. You don't want streakiness. I tend to go between brushes and sponges, but I think I still like sponges better. The brushes can do the streaky thing, and then I find myself just going back over it with a sponge anyways. You want everything to match. You don't want to have those huge lines right here of where your makeup is different. I also go over my ears, just so everything's cohesive. And we're also going to go over everything with concealer as well. So whatever we missed here, we'll go back over with. Get in your nostrils. I need to prime my eyelid real fast. Didn't do that yet. I'm just using the Morphe. You can see it. Just the Morphe primer. And when I'm doing this, I'm just going on top of my lid. I like to use my ring finger because it is your weakest finger, if you will, so it puts the least amount of pressure on your eye. This is going to help your eyeshadow stay on for longer, be a little bit more bright. Okay, so now we're going to start on our eyeshadow look. Today I am going to do more of a fall look. So I'm using the Jaclyn Hill palette today, and this comes with 4 of these little individual guys. This is the palette that I'm going to start with. I'm using some BH Cosmetics brushes. So I'm starting with this guy. It's their number 7. And so usually what I want to do is like go with my medium color. And I'm going to go into Secure. So it's like an orangey color. And I'm going to do that in my crease. Okay. So I just start on the outer part of my crease. Don't want to go up too high yet, just because I don't know what I'm doing with this look yet. So kind of placing it, almost blotting it into my crease first, and then I'm going to go through, and from the outside in, I'm going to start blending. Okay. And you want to blend for a while because you want everything to look really seamless. Also, what I want to do too is I have, this is also BH Cosmetics. It's a eyeshadow, I guess, remover. So you just run your brush over it like this when you want to take the color off and switch to the next color. If you don't have a brush that you want to use, that's another size. If you want to just go back with this one, I like to actually take some of it off and then keep blending. And I feel like that makes it look even nicer. I usually start and do both eyes at the same time. A lot of people do one eye and then go back and do the other eye, but I don't like to do that because I feel like it can get uneven or it doesn't look the same. So I like to go at the same time. I can see where I'm at, the level of color on my eye at the time. Doing the same thing. I'm just pressing it in and then brushing it in towards the middle from the outside. That way it's lighter towards the inner part of my eye and darker on the outside. Okay, boys and girls, so we have zoomed in quite a bit. Don't mind the eye bags, because you know a bitch is tired. So, we're a little bit closer. You're welcome. Anyways, so we just put in the Secure. It was this color on the Jaclyn Hill palette. There we go. And then we're actually going to go in with a darker color and a different brush. So this is the BH. This is number 9. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go in. This is a little bit tighter of a brush. so it makes it a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner, I guess. Going in with the color Smooth Criminal. And I'm just gonna go right in the corner again, but I'm actually going in a downward line. And then I am just gonna work it back in the same way. I'm not going all the way over like I did with the other color. I will, but I wanna get some of this excess off the brush first into my corner. Go up as high as you want, depending on the look you're going for. So I kind of do the same thing. I brush inwards with my brush. Right onto my brow bone. That's kind of my guide. Everyone has different shaped eyes. So if you do your brow bone, it's kind of probably your safest bet. So I am gonna go into the same palette. I am gonna pull out a little bit of this yellow. So we're doing Access. For this one, actually going to use an e.l.f. brush. Super old, but she works. See that? And that actually doesn't have a number on it, it's just e.l.f. So there you go. The thing I like about this palette is it really doesn't have too much fallout, which is nice because then you don't have a ton of cleanup to do afterwards. Okay. Just going into the inner corner and then working my way back out. I am blending it into my brown, my deeper brown. I'm gonna do the other side now. I'm gonna go to the Secure color, which is the orangey color. Just brighten everything back up. And again, do the same thing because we don't want to get too crazy. Pick the point at which you're gonna start your crease and then brush it out from there, blend it into this yellow color now, and go back in your like eye crease. Alright, now I'm just trying to even out the browns. Make sure that there's the same amount of darkness on either eye. Of course, it's not going to be exactly the same. You want sisters, not twins. Same thing with your eyebrows. So I'm just going to go back with the original brush that I was blending with and smooth this all out. We just want everything to be really cohesive because if you don't blend, you can't tell. It's not cute. I'm going to go in with probably two colors actually. There's two glittery type colors in here. This one, and that is Classified. Okay. And then the one right above it, Guilt Trip. This guy over here. Okay. So I'm just going right in the middle of my eye. This just creates a little spotlight. I think it's really cute. So now we're doing the eyeliner portion. I'm actually gonna probably speed this part up and I'm not gonna really talk. I am one of those who cannot talk and apply at the same time usually. Doing the liquid now. I'm just using an ALMAY, I don't know if you can see it, liquid liner. Okay, so I'm just gonna trace my line. Okay, so this is the finished look with my liquid eyeliner. Not finished, but with the liquid. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put on my mascara. I am curling my lashes just ever so slightly. I do have extensions on my lashes, so I try not to do it too hard. I don't warm it up or anything like that. I don't need the glue melting off, so I'm just doing the slightest curl. I am just using roller lash. Love this one. I am a mascara person. I go through a lot of mascaras, tried a lot of different mascaras, and this one I'm pretty happy with. Alright, so I'm just going lightly over. I don't get crazy. Like I said, I have the lash extensions, and while they're nice, they can get spidery looking, unless that's your thing. Not my thing. Alright, I'm just cleaning up any of the excess that gets on top of my shadow. A Q-tip pretty much does a good job. Again, we can go back through with eyeshadow to kind of clean it up. I'm just going to go through and do some quick touch-ups with the colors we already had going on. Just because we've done mascara, we've done some liners, some cleanups. So I'm just going back over pretty lightly. I don't want to get crazy. We've already done our look, so just want to make it look a little bit nicer. Really get some of those colors popped again. I need to go back over with my concealer, get these lines. I get a little bit red just from messing around with the Q-tip. This color right here, Poof. Okay. And it's just a light beigey color, and I'm just going to go by my brow bone. This is a BH number 6. I have already used this one. I used it to blend, so I'm just kind of going back over. I'm using Tarte Shape Tape. If you can zoom in on that. Okay. And this wand is actually really big, so I would be careful with that because you can get crazy. I'm just going right under. I am not going all the way up. It does look like a lot, but it's not that bad. It'll blend out pretty good. Okay. Clean up the sides. Same wet sponge. This can take a minute just because it's a lot of product. So you just want to keep sponging it. So now what I want to do is my eyebrows. Okay, so my absolute all-time favorite eyebrow pencil is Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's this one. And it actually has wax built into it, so it's just the pencil, and then it has this little brush on the end. This is just really easy to use, so I'm just brushing out my eyebrow, because there's a little bit of shadow, concealer, whatever else is in there, right? I will start off and I will make the shape underneath that I'm going for. Okay, so just the shape I want, right? So then I will start doing the inner corner. Okay, and do upward so it looks like a brush stroke. We're gonna brush it out anyways, so it's not a huge deal, but I think it looks more natural, I would say. Then I come to the arch, or the highest point in my eyebrow, and I start there and go down, and I match it to the end point, and then I come over back to the front of the brow, or the inner corner of the brow. Now this doesn't have to be perfect. If you have mess ups, we can go over it with concealer, which I'm going to do. But again, just brush strokes. Okay. And then I'm done with that one. So doesn't take too long, it's pretty quick actually. And then I'm going to do the other side. A Luxie. This one is missing too. So it's really hard to see. This is a really old brush, but it's really tight and that's why I like it. So I'm gonna use this one to fix up any mistakes I have going on. I just kind of put my brush on the wand itself and take what I need because we're not really gonna get crazy here. And then just trace, kind of dab it first so you don't put a ton in one area. I just trace the eyebrow line. Just makes it look cleaner. This is not a necessary step. Over with the same wet sponge. I really haven't re-wet this. I don't think it's necessary. If you feel like it's not wet enough, do so, but I don't think you need to. Eyebrows are done. I'm gonna go back through and smudge out my bottom lash line. I'm gonna use this BH Cosmetics 12, and it's just got this really tight top. Starting at the outer corner and go in, then smudge. And then when I go through with the brown, I'm not gonna go over as far. I'm gonna take the same original brush that I was smudging with, and I'm just gonna lighten that up. Now, I'm gonna go in with the darker brown color. I'm not gonna go as far over as I did with the orange. And again, I'm gonna smudge it out. And I'm gonna take that gold color that we used in the inner corner. This is just like an Ipsy brush I got, Glamour Dolls. It's got little whales on it. It's fun. I like it. It's a little bit more round and bulbous at the end, so it's easier to get in small spaces with. So I'm just going to place that right on my inner corner. Okay, so I go back and forth between the Laura Mercier and the Revolution Banana Powder. So lid's off because I have the product in there, but I like this one. And then I also use the Laura Mercier. So it's just a setting powder. Okay, I take the same sponge I have been using this whole time, still wet, and dip it in there. And then I'm going under the places that need to set and look flawless and look photoshopped, if you will. Hopefully not show wrinkles or creases or whatever in this makeup. I'm going to take my bronzer. I don't contour with liquid, I should say, or creams. I just like a standard bronzer. It is still summertime. Yes, this is a fall look, but I use this all year round. So this is the Urban Decay. It's the Naked. So she looks a little loved and used, if you will, and that's because it is. So what I do with this is I take also an unknown named brush because it's rubbed off if it ever even had one. It's just a thicker brush. It's got a little bit of an angle to it. I like it. I use it. It's great. I'm applying the makeup, dusting the excess off. Okay. And then I just follow my bone, my cheekbone. What you want to do is do the magic 3. Now I'm going to contour my nose. I just take that same skinny brush, unknown named, and my bronzer still. Now this can get a little messy, so you have to really pay attention to the line that you're putting on your nose. Go in further than you even think that you should. So the same brush that I used on my cheeks, my forehead, all that, and I kind of pinch it because it is a big brush, so I pinch it and I just blend out these lines. Okay, so hopefully my nose looks a little slimmer. I actually really love this brush. This is a Real Techniques brush, and I love the shape of it. It just gets in the corner and crevices. It's really nice. And then you're gonna brush away all of the excess powder, okay? It's baking long enough. Your temperature from your body heats it up. Hopefully makes it look nice, right? This really fun big brush, so you can see. Okay, and I take a concealer, or I guess a powder concealer from M.A.C. It's a Studio Fix, and I just sweep my brush over the whole entire thing, and I'm just gonna go over my face. This is evening me out, lightening up darker spots, especially under the chin. We don't want it too crazy and noticeable. Again, unless that's what you're looking for, then who cares? The next product I'm going to use is Christian Dior. I'm going to apply it with a brush first. Yeah, let's see. This is just almost like a little concealer brush. So I'm just dipping into this, and I'm going to go right above my cheekbone. So it should be above where that blush was. I kind of do a C motion, come down. This one I will go over the top of it with my finger. Again, I just feel like this product really needs your finger. I don't love that, but it seems to work best that way. Right down the tip of your nose, just sweeping it on to the tip, Cupid's bow. Highlight those areas a little bit more in the inner corner. We're already pretty bright up in there. And then I do just the tiniest bit on where my arch is. We're just brightening some spots up. The white liner I used was just the NYX. I tend to like their stuff. It's a lot cheaper and it's a pretty good product for what it is. So as you can tell, on this eye I did not do that, and this eye I did. So I think it's a pretty good difference. It's not a necessary step, but I like it. I think if you have the time. Both eyes now, evened it out, looking pretty good I think. And we're gonna go ahead and apply the lips. You want to slightly overline your lips if you can, without it looking too cartoony, but I feel like it looks okay usually. I like to draw a line right down the middle to give a fuller effect. Then I do right under the other side, which is probably where my arch is, or the highest point of my lip. I just go down from there. Again, we want to get a fullness effect if you can. I feel like that does that. I have e.l.f. here. It's a little bit of a pinkier color. I was going for a little bit more of a nude, but I'm gonna go over it with an Anastasia Beverly Hills glitter. It's a gloss and it's shimmery, a lot of glitter. And I'll lightly just go over my bottom lip and then also just smudge it in the way I was doing. And this is our finished look. If you guys like it, thanks for watching.